Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 12 of The Greater. This is episode 8 of the Greater Ozarks Bowling Podcast. Surprise, I don't have Kendall with me here today, but I got someone even better. This is Casey Murphy. He is the owner and operator of Balls of Fame Pro Shop, one of the best bowling minds, in my opinion, in Springfield. Storm staffer. Am I missing anything?
Local Springfield Hall of Famer, the Missouri State Hall of Fame.
Awesome. Sick. And you just bowled Greater this weekend.
I did just bowl. I had some good bowling and some bad bowling, so I learned what to do and what not to do all in the same weekend. So,
can I ask you, did you have a specific approach to, the team shot? Because I know that was new for Kendall this year.
I really always, my group has had a lot of success over the years. Last year we had the all events champion. Okay. The previous year we didn't, but the year before that we had the all events champion, and then we won team event prior to that. And I have a bunch of guys from outside the area. And so it's not like we're all just local sitting on the shot or whatever, but we always treat it like nationals, like the USBC nationals. We always start right with a little bit of surface, break the pattern down, just like you're supposed to do in nationals, and then play it like that.
Cool. Were there any big scores from your group, or?
We had a couple decent scores. Tyler Corbin, last year's all-events champion, had a couple 700s in singles and then team, and we all had a bad double set. We all bowled really bad, except for a couple of my companion groups. They had 1460. I had 760, I think, which is in the top 20 in singles. And our team had 3160 or something like that, which was, I think it's in the top 10 of scratch. So we had some okay bowling, but we just didn't quite see it right to take a lead in anything or make a run. But we were pretty happy with it overall.
Nice. Well, it was a pretty packed weekend. 500, almost
super packed.
Almost 600, 594 bowlers was what I have on my notes. So a couple huge squads. And this weekend is going to be big, too. I'm just going to go into the scores for singles and doubles. I don't think we've had too much changes. For singles, we still have John Moore leading with 840. Did you hear the story about that guy?
Yes. Yeah, actually, I sold him a ball that he used to take the lead.
Really?
Yep.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
That's awesome. Did he shot the 299 with that ball?
Yep. Yes, he did.
Two Brooklyns and a...
Yep, yeah. And he was just ecstatic and
that's awesome.
Thrilled that he, couldn't be happier.
I think that's it's honestly one of my favorite stories.
And really, my favorite part of that is he beat Kendall. He kept Kendall in the lead. So that's really...
When Kendall told the story, you could tell he was a little bitter.
Well, that's good.
And he was going through the scores of people he could have beaten if he had made his spares,
Right. Well, I'm glad that he took the lead from Kendall.
Yeah, no, awesome story. Happy for that guy. I hope he holds on to the lead, honestly. And in doubles, we still have Reynolds and Rothling with a 1548. So I'm just going to read off the current leaders.
Sure, go ahead.
I don't think there's too much.
Matt Russo still leading scratch all events.
Yep.
PBA Pro, motor staff, really good. From St. Louis, too.
Yep. Was put on a team as a sub, if I remember.
Yeah.
So great sub to pick up, whoever.
Yeah, that's a really good sub. Yeah. Excellent.
Let's see. This weekend, we've got bowlers from Puerto Rico.
That's awesome.
I didn't know that. Oklahoma, Missouri, Tennessee, Texas, Kansas, Kentucky.
Bunch of St. Joe people. That's where I grew up bowling, so I'm going to be happy to see a lot of those guys.
Cool. Yeah, we'll be happy to see them this weekend, and we'll be at 110 teams, 576 bowlers this weekend.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So yeah, another big squad.
Yeah, we've had a really good turnout the last few weekends in the pro shop. We've had a lot of great specials. In fact, I just bought a whole bunch of clearance balls that will be out on the clearance table just a few hours ago. Everybody should look for those sales.
I was actually at Enterprise last night for League, and I saw those.
There's a whole bunch of really good deals, yeah. And so we've, last weekend was super full. We had a bunch of people come in. We were super packed. And if you're coming in for the Greater and you want a ball, make sure you give yourself plenty of time because we can get a couple hours stacked up pretty quickly. Yeah. But there's a lot of people who come in, ask us, hey, look at what we have, and what would you recommend? And we give them some great options. Like I said, the singles leader came in, said, I need a ball, what would you recommend? And then he used that ball to take the singles lead. So that was a good investment for him. If that pays off, if he holds on to the lead, that's going to work out very well.
I think it'll pay off. Yeah, he should. I see him finishing top 3 for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I would hope.
If he gets beat, it'll be an upset.
Yeah. And I also saw when I was in there, you guys have logos on like you have your sweatshirts, which look really nice, and you have I saw a spare ball with Balls of Fame on it. So
we have our flex ball, which I have our alternate logo on. I should have brought the main logo, but we have a flex ball, a bowling ball flexing. A lot of people saw it last year, and we have a bunch of T-shirts and merch, and even stickers for that as well. Do you want to run down notable bowlers?
Yeah, we can do that. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, so among those teams that we've got this weekend from those 576 bowlers, we've got Annabelle Martin from Puerto Rico. That was the Puerto Rico guy.
That's awesome.
And if you know any of these bowlers, feel free to
I do know a couple,
Gary Martin, bringing 10 teams from Chelsea, Oklahoma. Ryan Burks, bringing 7 teams from Kansas City.
I do know Ryan, and he's a really good bowler out of St. Joseph, Missouri. He actually runs a pro shop up there, and he does a great job in Revolutions in St. Joe, where Brian Manini owns the center. They've done a great job up there, and Ryan's a really, really good bowler.
Cool. Awesome. We got Walter Wilson bringing 6 teams from Moore, Oklahoma, and Mark Johnson bringing 6 teams from St. Joseph, Missouri. And that's all from this weekend, May 24th and 25th. That'll be week 13.
Usually Memorial Day weekend's a really strong weekend. So I usually am up here working, and I go see a bunch of friends during all the squads. So
cool.
I'm excited. I always get excited.
It'll be a good weekend for sure. Let's see. Did we talk about? We haven't talked about all the side events. Actually,
I did mention all events, but
yeah. Do you have that on here still?
Yeah. Let me pull that up. Matt sent it out this morning.
Has it.
Swipe
up.
Swipe up from the bottom.
Here you go. So it looks like
go ahead if you want to.
Leading 6-game combine is Zachary, and I have no idea how to say this.
Oh, Kindle struggled.
I'm going to say Zigabine. I'm sorry if that's wrong. Zybian, I'm not sure. From Roby, Missouri, with 16-26. That's going to be a tough score. Nick Garza, 16-12. But honestly, the scores drop off and are pretty manageable after that. It looks like top 10s rolling in about 15-16. Which is not bad at all.
Yeah.
And then handicap all events, we've got Nick Garza with 23-22, which is pretty strong. And then Matt Russo's coming up with 22-82. And I think we mentioned, did you mention doubles? Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I got doubles with Reynolds
top
and
10. Top 10 in doubles looks like roughly 14-72, which is very manageable. As well as, let's see, handicap. I didn't mention all events handicap is about 22-20. Scratch all events is only 21-38 for the top 10. So any top 10 finish on the grader is a really good result. Yeah. So there's some really attainable scores out there.
Yeah, cool. And just one more thing, we do still have some open weekends. So if you're still thinking about bowling, plenty of time. We can still get you in. June 7th and June 8th, as well as June 14th and 15th. We both have spots open on our squads.
Don't miss out. You're going to regret missing this tournament.
Yeah, no, it's a great tournament. We got everything going on. We got brackets. We got, side events.
Really, just a really, really good top-to-bottom prize list. The USBC Open does a great job, but they have different divisions. So, honestly, it drops off quite a bit from the divisions as you start coming through. Comparatively, the grader is very competitive with that, and they pay very well. I mean, I think we finished maybe 8th in team last year, and we had a very, very nice paycheck in 8th place. We didn't have to win the event to get a great paycheck. Yep. Sometimes it's as much as you get winning other events, and so you definitely want to put some friends together, take advantage of those open spots. You don't want to miss out on the grader.
Yeah, great. Well, that's what I have for today. Thank you for coming out, Casey.
Absolutely. And come see us at Balls of Fame Pro Shops and inside of Sunshine or Enterprise. We got some great specials and a great staff, and we'll take care of you.
Yep. If you're here for the grader, you got to stop by.
Awesome.
Thanks.